Okay with the treasure. And then it's a big swing in. We leave these two to the side. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. In today's video, we will look at the latest and greatest JUND Midrange. We got some really cool lands to help support the deck, and of course, a new meta to test it out in. Breaking down the strategies, the synergies, and then showcasing all of that within the gameplay footage for the deck, wrapping up with our final thoughts and review. Thanks again for watching. Support the video by leaving a thumbs up, and let's take a look at the deck. Here we are, 60 cards, best of one, a mid-range 2.4 average mana value with very low curve for a mid-range deck. 24 creatures and 12 non-creatures sitting on those 24 lands, which is nice. We also have ramp through the Sentinel, as well as quite a few treasures. There's a lot of treasure synergy within this deck. We have the Shambling Gas, we have the Reclusive Painter, we have Magda Brazen Outlaw, Deadly Dispute, and Skullport Merchant, not to mention the Price of Loyalty, all utilizing treasures. Of course, as far as new cards into the deck, really just taking advantage of the new lands here, the Rockfall Vale and the Haunted Ridge, and this really makes the JUND deck much more viable as opposed to just running all of the pathways, which we still have in the deck. But between the super effective land and all of the ramp, the mana fixing within the treasures and the Sentinel, we should have no problem, right? So we have a lot of sacrifice in the deck as well, which is, hallmark of JUND midrange. Emberstorm Predator can instant speed sack, which is really nice. The Dispute can sacrifice things for a draw, make a treasure, and the Skullport Merchant can sacrifice to make a treasure as well. We want to attack with Hungry for More and then sacrifice it for value before it self-sacrifices, right? That's a really good way to gain advantage within your matches. And then, of course, we also have Price of Loyalty, right? Take your opponent's creatures, attack with it, and then sacrifice it for more value, which is really cool. And of course, it's going to get a buff here by +2/+0 if you spend treasure to cast Price of Loyalty, which is more than not a common practice within this deck. And then all of this really just ramps us into the Predator and Vorinclex. Vorinclex, of course, trample, haste, doubling your counters, having their counters. And the Predator can gain indestructible, and every time it taps, it gets a +1/+1 counter by exiling a card from a graveyard, right? So that's really, really cool. It has the graveyard control, it gets bigger every turn, and it has indestructible. Vorinclex has trample and haste, so it can really throw people off if they're not expecting it. And then, tons of draw through the Merchant, through the Dispute, which will help us within those sacrifice effects as well via Price of Loyalty, right? So only running 2 copies of Price of Loyalty here because there is a ton of control, right? There's a lot of control around, and it's not always that you get the aggro matchup. We are building a sideboard. We'll talk more about that to wrap up today's video. Of course, the Painter is going to increase the strength and toughness of our creatures, not doubling through Vorinclex as it enters, but once Vorinclex is in play, the Painter will double the other creatures that enter on top of itself and Vorinclex, which is pretty cool. Not that it's super important. The Merchant is a dwarf, Magda is a dwarf, and the Sentinel can tap them both to make mana for treasures. This is really good because then we use Magda's ability, just grabbing the Predator out of our library into play, which is really nice. A little bit of single target removal within Infernal Grasp because we can't always take and sacrifice, but for all purposes required, the loyalty is removal as well. So yeah, we've got Den of the Bugbear is nice because it can make the token another sacrifice for value feature for us, and then Hive just for menace. The evasion's nice, and a extra way to control their graveyard is decent as well, right? So, the Sentinel into the Magda into the Merchant is like really, really good. You're making a ton of treasures. You have sacrifice in hands, whether it be the Dispute, the Merchant in play with mana, or the Predator, and then you're taking their creature with Price of Loyalty, and you just smash in for what should be a devastating blow. So that's the general strategy and synergy of the deck. Of course, after that, you go into the mid-range aspect with the Predator and the Vorinclex, and just try to draw, get value, and remove their value as well, right? So let's bust out into today's gameplay footage, and then we'll regroup after here to wrap up with our final thoughts and start to talk about some sideboard options. Going first on 2 land. I'm gonna mulligan. We have 3 lands. Some nice early drops. I'll throw Vorinclex for now. Black source, red source, green source. That's perfect. Magda Brazen Outlaw in play, and hopefully we can pick up a 3-drop. Bummer. I guess we try to just go for it. We can't let mono white build up. That's not in the game plan here. Then we'll sack the creature that's about to die anyways. We find that land, we get the treasure. We can play both of these. We have removal. It's their exile I'm a little bit worried about. Hopefully we can find a dragon. Yeah, this is what we're talking about here. We will get an additional ETB off the Skullport, if that's what they decide to take. Magda's probably a little bit safer. Hit for 2, down to 21. Painter out. Just kill the Cathar. No attacks, and turn. Next turn we have Hungry for More into our Skullport. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good card, my friend. Hit for 3. Down to 16. Merchant with the treasures. That's gonna make it pretty buff. And then we still have the 2 to sack this. But we don't really get anywhere with it because Redane is just quite the fatty. So that's frustrating. They could exile it, and I don't want that. We're just gonna snag the draw from it. Instead, hey, that's not too bad. That will help. It just sucks. They've got like a lot of stuff we need to deal with here. Well, could be worse. We have nice defenders on the ground. It's just these flyers are pretty pesky, right? Pesky flyers. Not a big fan of those flyers. Make that treasure by attacking with a dwarf. We get the damage. We can take that draw as well. Oh, nice. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. We'll double block the Intrepid. Single block the monk and die. Or I'll double block the monk. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Down to 7. Maya's coming up for a visit. Just get your coffee mug out of the way, sir. We'll take our turn. That's as good as it could get, and I don't think it's good enough. This should be an 8-8. No, it doesn't get it. Just a 7-7. Not double from the painter because it's on ETB, not after. I get it. Just slam with what we have. Onto 6. So close. Guaranteed they go full combo here on us. They still have 3 cards in hand. Not good. It's not good, is it, Maya? Just who cares? I'm not paying attention. Leave me alone. Just play with your dog instead. He's got pumpkin heads, I don't. Hey, Maya, you want me to get you a pumpkin head? Pumpkin head for Halloween? Big hit, down to 3. You leave me alone, bully. We can top deck some removal. That would be just the bee's knees. It truly would be satisfying to beat a mono white. Oh, the shield. So what we need to do is attack with everything. And then this will make a bunch of treasures. Sack Magda because she's not attacking. Oh! That does not help. This is interesting. Do we have lethal? No. We messed up. Can we full control this? No, we only have to sack this one. It's only... Oh no, this has lifelink too. No, we've got this. This one can sack both of them. Oh my gosh. Interrupting the lifelink, and we still hit for 6. Great game. Holy Toledos. We just beat him on a white deck with a JUND small range deck. I want to call it mid-range, but it's like, it's not quite that big. I'm just going to bask in this for a second. Going first, we have the land we need, not the land we desire. I mean, as long as we can get the painter out on 2, it's not bad. They play first, we draw, and then maybe we grab a forest. Yeah, I don't know how that would even work. We don't have untapped dual lands. So, yeah, we would want a forest and then a Magda, because we can't play the painter. Well, I mean, I guess we go first. That's not bad news. So go with the swamp. This can be a red source for the painter, if need be. I'll go straight for it. It's nice, you know, it's a good defender. 2-3 against mono white. It stops them for a little bit, right? An adversary right out of the gate. I don't have a way to sack it. But this is good, though. Let's pass turn and we'll go straight for the Predator. And then we can take their things and sack them with the Predator, right? Check out this kid's hair. Whoa! No! That's going to slow us down. They're looking at this hand and they're not impressed with it. You know what I mean? They're probably just going to take the Predator. But that price of loyalty is hanging over their head. Hey, Maya, what do you think they take? The Predator? Yeah. Of course they're going to deal with the Predator. Look at me. No, Maya, we're not talking about you. The card. Like, no. Check this out. You're definitely talking about me. Let's make the mana here. We have Deadly Dispute for 2. Okay, so this works. Pay with the treasure. And then it's a big swing in. We leave these 2 to the side. And now, if they don't block the adversary, we can self-sack it, so we get the trade here. Auto-paying. And then sacking it. Hey, Maya, good job. We get a treasure. And we get that draw, which is nice. Let me get out of full control here. I never know if I need to do it for the sacrifice. I don't want to miss it. There's their 4th land. They still have 5 in hand. We have 4. So it's not that bad. The Cathar is fine. They get rid of the token, which is sad, but... let's take it, or else it's turning to night and we have to ward 3 life away. And that's no buenos. So So we're chilling. We have Summoning Sickness, so we can't tap the Painter, so we attack. Redain and Illuminarch. Yikes. We needed that Predator out for that sacrifice. Having Magda out again will be nice. And then I think we just take this right now. Make that treasure for us. And we can hit for 1. Down to 13. Maybe it's a race. Hey, Maya, what do you think? You like races? That hole is sick on Magda. Really good hole there. You jerk. And then a pushed adversary. Adversary. I always say adversary. Adversary. I know everybody freaks out in the comments. I love it. Well, come on, man. We could hit, if we tapped those for 3-7. But we can't tap because we need to block, but it's going to get pushed up by the Luminarch. Oh, we're dead. We dead. Right. Yeah, not good. We bricked super hard here. Let's be honest. I mean, I think we would have won this if we didn't brick. I honestly think if we could have got the sack engine out, we've got Price of Loyalty. You know, Vorinclex is sitting here, but it's just not happening with 3 land. And we've been making a ton of treasure too. So that's better. We'll need to draw another land if we want a Vorinclex. But we could block the adversary. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good game. That's just game. We bricked a little bit. I'm feeling really nice about this deck here. If we had those land drops, I think this would have been a different story. And the life gain just outpaces us, right? I still think it's lethal, right? 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. It's still game. Oh, and that actually makes the situation worse. I didn't even think of that. We would have been 0, but -1 to the dot because we exile out of their graveyard. Good game. Mono White gets a little bit of revenge. Our opponent is on the play. We draw. The land looks really nice here. Oh, and we get a 1-drop. No way. How do we get shut down here? It's gonna happen one way or the other, right? We don't ever have good matches these days. I'm kidding. Settle, you guys. Just a joke. Any hope? Maybe we should have attacked first. I think they still would have taken it, though. This will be a green source when we need it. A relic. So there's a fairy coming our way, right? Make the treasure, so if they're bouncing, it's bad value. They will have 3 mana when this is over. Oh, only 2 unless they reveal. They do not. So 2 mana. Oh, 0 mana up. So it's a field wipe, right? Nothing really surprising there, I don't think. Making that treasure is pretty cool, though. We'll hold some stuff in hand after the Doomscar. They reveal. There it is. Sack the ghast. Make the treasure. Draw a card. They foretell. We get a land. I don't think we need this much. So let's... Because we just need, like, a better hand. So let's draw. Oh! So we got no land the match previous, and now it's all land. Thanks, Shuffler. Honestly. Is this, like, we're getting close to 3 times... No, at least double. I think we got our 4th land eventually. Or did we only have 3? Regardless, it makes me quite sad. Oh, no. Get our... Oh, we have 2 black, we have 2 red. Now we have 2 green. We can pass our turn. I assume there's just another Doomscar here. Oh, and Alrund's Epiphany. You know. Casual double turn. Nothing to see here, everybody. Move along. Move along, kids. I was honestly expecting another there. Maybe they have one here. They play the 5th land. The relic is 6th. I wouldn't be surprised. There's the land. Here comes another Allrund. No, it's a kicked relic. So they have a lot of mana. Those are indestructibles, so they're running Ondu's Inversion as well, I would assume. Right? Or Mastery Destroy All Permanents. They don't have creatures. Get all the value we can. Frickin' land. Too many lands on the board state. Too many lands. Too many lands in your hand. Spread out the lands. Wow. Okay. Another double turn. Another double turn. So I can assume we'll see like an Amiria's Call. Stuff like this. I think we'll draw more lands off the top personally. They'll draw more Allruns off the top. The game will be fair and balanced. We know there's another Doomscar. Let's just... Another land. By golly, another land. I think I may have lost my mind. It's a great deck if you don't run my shuffler. I gotta maybe reset this. Maybe there's a bug in it. We'll run the diagnostics. Level 3 diagnostics, maybe, when you're done with that, Maya. On my shuffler. Thanks. Oh, it's a fairy. And that's what I suspected right off the start with the relics, because you can untap a land, an artifact, and a creature, which is like the bee's knees. So they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 available mana here. It could be an all-run. Right, by the time Teferi untaps all this stuff. They've got 3 and 4 for 7. Interesting. Another line off the top. I'm joking. This isn't supposed to be a comedy. This is like a satire here. Another line off the top. Oh, we did not get a land there. Interesting.
Being old doesn't mean I'm frail.
We have 3 mana. They deluge. I imagine this is another double turn. They probably just pulled 2 more there. We can get rid of a land. LOL. Iteration out. Looking for more all-runs. You know, Test of Talents is pretty cool for them as well. Oh, Galvanic Iteration. Nice. And here's the big brain play. All-run coming down. Oh, untap your stuff first. Yep. I'd hate to cast your double turn before you untap.
Don't worry. It's only a mischief.
They're triple turning us? I just wish I had more land to stop them. Welcome to the meta, ladies and gentlemen. I can cast all runs Epiphany. Hello, good game, my friend. Woof. Are we having fun yet? Oh, so we've seen the deck work. We've seen the deck brick. We've seen the deck flood. Something for everyone. All right, so we've seen the deck basically perform in every way that it possibly could, right? Excellently. Getting bricked, getting flooded. And we still actually performed fairly well in each of the matches that we lost. And now this is really exciting for me because I know that we're close to something special. As far as how we're getting there, I do think we're close. I accidentally dropped a card here. There we go, back up to 60. Talking about our sideboard really quick. Duress, right? We don't have access to counter magic. We can't do anything about All Runs Epiphany except for Duress. You know, grab it out of their hands and hopefully that helps. LOL. If it's a control deck, we can take additional copies of Hungry for More, taking out the price of loyalty. And the same goes for if it's a creature-based deck, we'll take out Hungry for More, and we'll put in the extra 2 copies of Price of Loyalty. And then, again, if it's an aggro deck where we're running out of life, or another mid-range deck potentially, we can take the Mask here and just grabbing Flying on, you know, whatever it happens to be. And a bunch of lifelink is really nice as well, right? So that's kind of what I've got in store for the sideboard. If you guys have any options there, definitely let me know. Maybe some more removal. I'm open to any thoughts and ideas, and maybe this is actually something that we can start doing at the end of all of our videos, is try to, you know, half-ass a sideboard together for those of you who are interested in best of 3, right? So let me know what you think of that and this deck and sideboard options in the comments below. I really appreciate everybody's time and input to the channel. Absolutely amazing. I hope you guys have a magical day. Like the video on your way out. Join the community Discord through the link tree if you want. And we'll see you soon in the next.